Okay. So I am Sierra and I'm presenting Carmen's podcast speech.
And hi, I'm Carmen, and I will be presenting Sierra's Magic Cookie Bars demonstration speech.
So I think that Carmen did a very good job of um, explaining her steps and the process. She took her time for each step so that it was clear to the whole class while they were watching her and then also doing it on their phones. And then I also think she did a very good job of picking something that was educational and that everybody could be involved in.
Thank you. I think Sierra had a really good visual aid. It's always good to have food and bring food to the class. I also think that Sierra was really calm and collected during her whole presentation. I think that I think she didn't show any signs of being nervous, and I think as a result, the class also wasn't very that nervous. I think she was one of the first ones to present.
Yeah.
So she really, I think she took it really well. So that her, I think that she was calm was a really good as well.
I felt like I was extra nervous. But I guess I did just seem like, okay, I'm just gonna do this instead of like freaking out, even though inside I was definitely freaking out. And then two of the things that I feel like Carmen should work on is slowing down. And it could have been because she was trying to figure out the timing. I know I was freaking out about that. But really she did take the time to explain things, but I feel like she was rushing her speech because she was either nervous or freaking out about the time. And then looking more at the audience and not so much at the professor, but I think she did both well. Just those are things that she could work on.
Yeah, I could have worked better on just focusing on the class, and I also got ahead of myself a lot of the time. I was trying to present all of the information, but I also felt like I was pressed for time. So a lot of the time I was kind of like talking really fast to get through what I was trying to present. As for Sierra, I think although she had a really good visual aid, I think it sort of overwhelmed her presentation. Like there were times where she would be pouring certain items, and there would be like a moment of silence, a moment of silence, and I think a way to like work on that would be to just kind of talk on while you're pouring certain items. It doesn't like it has to relate to what you're saying, but like just to prevent that any silence from going on. Because also, I think again, like with me too, is maintaining that eye contact with the class. It might be awkward looking at the class while you're pouring something, but I think always maintaining that eye contact, not necessarily at the students, but like at least above the students' heads, so they feel like you're trying to engage with them, also helps a lot.
I definitely felt like I was looking down the entire time. I know I looked up some, but I really did feel like I'm looking down and I'm not like engaging everybody. Like Carmen at least had phones. Everybody was on their phone or at least sharing a phone with somebody. Mine, I wish I would have thought of something that I could have brought for everybody to do instead of everybody literally staring at me. And then what was the other?
Well, also to add, Dom, I think he had a really good speech as well. I think he did really good at engaging the audience, but also like he also had that eye contact problem that he needed to also look up at the audience as well.
Yeah, and he definitely did a good job. I feel like he had two parts he was trying to teach, the fishing rod and then also tying a knot. And I think he went over a little bit. I'm not positive, but I think he went over a little bit. And I think if he would have focused really on one and actually described and showing how to put the fishing rod together more than once or doing the knot a couple more times, it would have made him more comfortable in the speech be within the limit, just discussing that one thing.
Yeah, also to reiterate that I think he was trying to explain multiple things at once, and that kind of conflicted at the end, and that could probably been one of the reasons why he went over the time. So I think he could have like probably practiced more and organized his speech more. So or just have one thing to focus on rather than multiple things, because maybe that's why he also
But he definitely, at least, is like semi-funny.
Mhm.
Whether he's trying to be or not, I can't do that. I wish I could just think of something to say and it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, no,
It
I can't
doesn't
do
work
that
like
either.
I almost got hit by the fishing hook thing. But overall, I feel like the class did good and nobody was ridiculously nervous. Even though I felt nervous, I guess I didn't look nervous.
No, you did it.
But really just practicing, I went to work and did like little pieces, but I could not practice everything together because then I expect myself to do perfectly and I know that's not going to happen.
Mhm.
And that's when I freak out.
Yeah, I think one of the main points at the end of this would be to like organize stuff better. Make sure that you practice in front of people so that you won't be as scared next time you present in front of people. And I mean, third one would be like, again, practice,
Yeah.
because in the end, that's what's gonna prepare you for when you have to prepare your speech. Otherwise, I think everyone did really, really well. I know that there's places where I could have done better, but I think Sierra and Tom did a really good job at maintaining their cool. And yeah.
Yeah, I felt really horrible. I really just felt like I looked down the whole time. And I know next time I'm going to do better. Even the improv too,
Mhm.
I felt better because I was like in front of this audience, like I can do this and not feel awkward and be awkward.
Mhm.
So I think even just that first step of doing the first speech in front of this audience and then continuing, we can all really improve on everything that we need to do.
Also thinking that at the end of the day, like you all got through it, we all got through
Yeah.
it. Like even though we did terribly, we made
We
it.
did terrible, but we
Yeah.
just did it.
Like no, not in these speeches, but like in future speeches, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel like you've done horrible, it's okay. You got through it. And I mean, maybe someone got something out of it. Like I mean, it all depends on perspective too.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think this was it. This was just presenting.
thanks for listening.
Thank you.